there everyone, it's Anthony. We're recording, just make sure. Back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Hope things are going well for you. Today we're out here just doing a little walk-in vlog, walk-in chat. I'm gonna try to respond to some comments, but I do have a lot of life stuff that I want to talk to you all about, or just diamond painting stuff and just things, you know, just things. So we're gonna actually go kind of try to snake our way up through the hills of the neighborhoods and get up to South Table Mountain, but I'm trying to make my way to an area that isn't as steep to get to the top of it. That way, ideally, I can chat with you the whole time without completely huffing and puffing, but we'll see. The other thing to keep note of is for this video, I am testing out bumping down the resolution of what I film at. Normally, I do 2.7K, and this is being filmed at 1080p, which almost cuts the file sizes in half, which will drastically, hopefully, this is the first time I'm doing this, hopefully drastically improve how quickly I can upload and process videos, because oh my gosh, it has been a slog, an absolute slog, getting all this stuff. I've just been filming a decent amount of vlogs the past week, and I was getting really behind on actually uploading them. So I was trying to get them all done over the past few days. And even last week I had a bunch that I was behind on. And so I was just super behind, and trying to get them all uploaded and done at once was literally breaking my computer. So I need to be better about uploading and processing more consistently, so I'm not trying to do them in big batches. And hopefully these file sizes will be a little bit more consumable, so you'll have to, or a little bit more processable. So you'll have to let me know if it looks too grainy or it's not as clear. Hopefully it looks the same, and same or similar. Good enough for what we do. So yeah, but just trying to get all that stuff done. It is Tuesday the 23rd, I believe. Yeah, Tuesday the 23rd of July at the time of filming this. Just finished with work about an hour ago. But actually no, I finished maybe like 30 minutes ago. But I was trying to get a couple things done around the house real quick before we headed out, but now here we are, and it's cooled down so much more than it was earlier today. It was real hot. So we've got plenty of cloud cover. We've been getting like afternoon and evening thunderstorms the past few days, which has been nice, or past couple days, which has been really nice. So yeah, just hanging out, doing our thing. This week's gone by really fast so far. Like, I feel like Monday and Tuesday have just blink and they're gone, you know. But I feel like that about my weekends too. So yeah, life's been going good, work's going good. I've just been doing a lot of hanging out with friends, some just lots of dog walks and stuff, going and hanging out with Maverick at my buddy Alex's house, and editing. Anthony, if you remember, put in those cute pictures, or that cute picture you took of Apollo and Maverick. Maverick is the reason, well, one of the reasons why I wanted a husky or part husky is because I loved him. And so now that I've been hanging out with Alex again, Apollo and Maverick have been hanging out a lot, and they've been becoming such good friends, and they're very cute. So I've got my two little husky butts now. So yeah, just going on a walk. And like I said, I'll get to some comments here in a while. I honestly don't know how long it'll be this time. I always say, we'll get right to them, and then it takes me like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. My last vlog, I think that I put up, I tried to get through a bunch of them. So I did better, but I've got too much stuff I want to talk about today. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's just get right into it. But let's just talk a little bit about diamond painting and where I'm at with that. I think I may do an actual like formal whip-in chat. For whatever reason, I'm getting the itch to sit down and film a whip-in chat. So maybe in the next couple days I'll film one and have that go up in August. But yeah, so diamond painting stuff. So I have been just going absolutely nuts with like what I'm doing with my stash and all my diamond paintings. I've been going a little wild, so there's a lot of changes since over just the past few days. What I have kitted up, not started, I have Inner Garden from Yume Art and Diamond Art Club. And then I have a new one to the scene, and we'll talk about why after all this. Let me just give you the rundown and then we'll circle back. I have Portrait of Mrs. Allen Bott from Tamara de Limpica and Distracted by Diamonds, kitted up, not started. And then I also have Lotus Koi Fish, round 2, kitted up, not started. I'm just waiting for my drills to come in from DP with sparklers. And then I have a dog that's about to go potty, I think. Yes, hold on. Come with me. Come with me. Okay, Inner Garden, Portrait of Mrs. Allen Bott, Lotus Koi Fish Part 2, or Round 2, and then I don't know what I was thinking, but I did it anyway. I have The Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch and Jaded Gem Shop kitted up, which that kitting up took a long time. It's a huge kit. It only has 61 colors, but it is a huge canvas, a ton of drills, a ton of drills. So that took some time, but yeah, it was in my, so you know, if you remember, I used to have the Trunk of Doom, where I would put all of my drills, I'd separate them from the canvas and put them in gallon Ziploc bags. I used to have my Trunk of Doom, and I got rid of that by putting stuff back in its boxes or putting stuff in new boxes and destashing. And so the last 3 kits that I had left over from the Trunk of Doom were English Sunday Cottage, or Morning Sunday Cottage British, I forget what it's called, from Diamond Painting Shop. I had that. I had all my drills for Garden of Earthly Delights, and then I had Evening Melodies from Diamond Art Club. Those are my last 3 kits that were in gallon-size bags or in a tote from the Trunk of Doom. So I was like, you know what? This bag of drills has been sitting around too long. Let's get this stuff kitted up. I have the storage for it. I'm done. So I did Hieronymus Bosch, I did Garden of Earthly Delights, and then and I haven't done Evening, what did I call it? Evening Melody? I don't even know if that's the right name. But it's a Diamond Art Club. That one's gonna be a process because all of the stickers on the sticker sheet have come off and they're just all over inside the gallon-sized bag. So I haven't quite gotten up the courage to start on that one, but that's my last one, and we'll talk about why. So those are my kits that are kitted up, not started. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 kits kitted up, not started. And then as far as my whips go, I have my cross-stitch conversion, no progress there. My custom of Apollo, no progress there, but I am going to work on it tonight when we get back. And then I have Medi and A Question of Reality, which I got another like 2 sections done on. My plan is to do a section of A Question of Reality, then a section of Medi, and then back and forth, and then sprinkle in Lotus Koi Fish and my custom here and there for the rest of the year, and see where that puts me. So that's kind of what I have planned. Of course, there's more I'd like to do, but that's kind of realistic, is those 4 kits. Bonus kits would be to, you know, if time allows, would be to start working on Portrait of Mrs. Alan Bott, which kind of brings me to kind of what I did with my stash. So I talked about it in the past couple of vlogs, how I wanted to take a real hard look at my stash, and not from necessarily an artwork standpoint and like what I like working on this art, but more of a quality of materials standpoint, and make sure that they're all kits that I'll be happy to spend the time working on, as opposed to pulling one down, kitting it up, starting on it, and being like, oh, don't like this, and then it's truly a waste, you know? And I feel like I've done that too many times, too many times. So it's just time to get real picky, really picky. And so I went out to the garage and just went through all of my canvases and just kind of made some calls. And so I ended up setting, I think I had 11 or 12 Distracted by Diamonds kits. I took them all down, opened them all up, looked at everything, drills, rendering, stickiness, you know, apparent stickiness of glue, all of that stuff. Each one I just kind of reassessed, and I ended up keeping all of them except for, I think, three or four that I was just like, this is, I know myself, and I know how I've been recently, and I just know that this isn't gonna go well. And it was tough because 2 of them were like kits that I really, really wanted to work on. Apollo, come on. What are you doing? Transformation and Two Spirit from Stephanie Littlebird Fogel, I believe is their name. I love those images with all my heart. They're probably the most meaningful images to me that I have from Distracted by Diamonds, and probably in my stash as a whole. But the canvas felt like really stiff and hard, like brittle. It felt brittle. Like I could have bent it and it would have snapped like a cracker. I don't know what happened there. It almost felt like the canvas had been like painted white or something. I don't know. It was just very stiff and brittle, and I could not get those things to lay. I'm sure if I would have had them lay flat for a long enough time, they would have laid flat eventually, but they did, whatever that canvas material is, it did not age well. I've had those for about a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer. And yeah, that canvas material, I don't remember it feeling like that. And if it did, then shame on you, old Anthony, for not catching that. Because it wasn't good. And I was kind of taking a cursory look at the drills, and they didn't look super hot. They're acrylic squares. Didn't look super hot. So I set those aside, and then what was the other one? Oh, I think it was called Vanity by Frank Cowper. And we might get to it in our comments, but someone had left a comment that they really struggled with that image when they purchased it. So I was taking a look at it, and yeah, I mean, I would have otherwise just gotten into it and started working on it. But after taking a really hard look at the rendering, I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. And again, it's just something I didn't necessarily have an eye for even a year ago, So that one went in the no pile. And then there may have been one other. I want to say maybe Space Letterman 2 went in the pile, or I don't remember for sure, but another 1 or 2 went in the no pile, and I'm going to donate those. And then I kept the rest because I was like, even the renderings look fine, even if they aren't on point, I don't care. I am doing this this kit. I do not care. For instance, yeah, and so, I mean, I say that as if, okay, if you don't care, then why aren't you keeping the rest of them? There's a couple that the renderings weren't like perfect, but they're fine computer renderings. They look better than some other ones that I've seen. And I'm just dead set on I've had them on my mind to work on for too long, and especially if they're, I won't ever get them again. So one of those was Portrait of Mrs. Allen Bott by Tamara Dillampika. I love that image, and I think it's one of the first Distracted by Diamonds kits I ever purchased. And so yeah, I'm doing that one. Even if I have to hand chart the whole damn thing, I'm doing it. Because I had big ideas for how I wanted to enhance that kit. And so I put everything that I was planning on keeping back in the garage. The 3 or I think it's 4 kits that I decided to let go of. This way. Just be careful for snakes, but go straight forward, please. Go forward. Go forward. The 3 or 4 that I'm letting go, I just set down on the ground in the garage, and then I'll pop them in the car. I didn't get a chance to take anything to the thrift store since making that decision. So yeah, I mean, it was not, I didn't go in there and burn the whole house down. You know what I mean? Like, I tried to be critical but reasonable, and then I think I mentioned it, maybe I didn't mention it yet, but that English, British, Sunday Cottage British, whatever it was called, Morning Sunday Cottage British, it was real bad. It was completely flat, like the box was flat, and so was the canvas. And I don't know what happened, but either a bag of drills or some of my spare drills or something spilled into the box over the course of the past couple of years, and there was all these drills like jammed up in between the canvas and the cover plastic. And so it was just a mess. It was just a mess. And the garbage, or not the garbage bag, the gallon-sized bag that I had the drills in, some of the bags of drills, because they were the Ziploc style bags, turns out those had opened, so I was gonna have to like sort out DMCs and stuff. And I was just like, no, absolutely not. So that one had to go, unfortunately. But yeah, so got all that done, and then I was like, okay, I want to take another one of these Distracted by Diamonds kits and get it down, because I want to have something positive to say. I'm tired of feeling like the jerk in my own head. I know people have given me a reassurance that that's not the case, but you know. So I grabbed Portrait of Mrs. Allen Bott, which was really a rainy day kit for me, because I have always told myself, when I decide to work on this kit, I'm gonna bling this thing out like nobody's business. If you're not familiar, it's a very Art Deco piece, and this beautiful Mrs. Allen Bott, beautiful, sitting in this gorgeous kind of satiny, silvery gown in these gorgeous turquoise, turquoise, what are they called? Mary Janes? I don't know. She has a beautiful shoe on. She's got jewelry on, and then she's got this beautiful kind of mod Art Deco kind of cityscape behind her. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So I told myself, and I'll insert a picture. Editing Anthony, put it in. I told myself if I ever do this kit, I'm going to just encrust her gown, do up even some of the background to give it more life, do her shoes, do her jewelry, like just go to town. So I think I need that. I need that to get me out of this distracted by diamonds funk that I've been in. And I took a good look at the skin tones. They're a little bit too rich and too peachy as compared to the original artwork, but I don't think it's as egregious as I saw with Primrose. So I kitted the DMCs as charted for the skin tone up, but I think even if they're a little bit off, that style of artwork with that kind of like Art Deco kind of vibe, even if they're a little too saturated, I don't think it'll throw things off. And so I just kitted them up. If I start working on the skin tones and I'm like, nope, then I will stop what I'm doing, pull the colors for all the skin tones, bring the shades down to more neutral, and order replacement drills from Diamond Drills USA, and just cross that bridge when I get to it. But upon first glance, it didn't look too bad. So, and also I think it would be less noticeable because there isn't a bunch of other similar tones in the background or anything. Like with Primrose, it just all looked like a peachy peach fest. But with this, it's like really the only hues like that are her skin tone, so it might look fine. So as much money as I can save on replacing drills for this kit, I'd like to. I already went on DP with sparklers. Oh, listening back to this is gonna make me cringe. I haven't purchased them yet. Just keep that in mind. I haven't purchased them yet. I might tone it down. But I went on DP with sparklers, and I had gone through and picked all my colors I wanted to enhance and how much of them I would need. And I'm gonna need $150 worth of enhancement drills. Look at this house, yikes. Something bad happened here. Yeah, my cart's like $148 or something like that. It's a lot. It's a lot of enhancements. Like I'm basically redoing the entire dress, and I am doing several of the background colors because it's all shades of like grays, like deep steel grays. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be putting some metallics in here. I'm gonna be putting some sparklers in here. And yeah, her dress, I pretty much did the entire thing. All of her jewelry, her shoes, pretty much everything except for like the 310, like 2 other background colors and her skin tones, like the browns and the tans and the peaches and stuff. I left all that, but like even a good portion of the background I redid. So I just, yeah, I have faith. I really looked close at that rendering to make sure, because God forbid I buy all this stuff and then it still doesn't work out. That would really suck. So I have faith in it. I gotta get a win in from Distracted by Diamonds if it kills me. So that's what's happening. But I did set aside, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 kits because I did that on Saturday or Sunday. 3 or 4 kits I set aside as, oh yeah, that's what it was. So I believe it's 2 spirit, transformation, Vanity, and then my coworker said that she wanted to try working on Hawaiian Solitude by Wes Reader. So that's the fourth one that's going to work. 3 are going to, this dog is pulling so hard today. What's going on? Tuak to me. Tuak to me. Yeah. 3 are going to the thrift craft store. 1's going to a coworker. And then I kept the rest. And I think that was like 8 that I'm keeping. This way. I'm just trying to find a little way back up into the hills here. But I don't think I've ever walked this on foot. I've only ever driven it. And so I'm getting all sorts of twisty churny. Yes, this is a continuing road. Come on, is that why you're pulling? Because this is all new to you too, new smells? He's not pulling, he's making me pull him. I should correct myself. I don't know if this is the way to go. No, this doesn't feel right. This feels wrong. This way. Let's turn around. I'm getting lost. So yeah, that's what happened there. I said goodbye to that big old diamond painting shop kit, unfortunately. And that has nothing to do with the quality. It has nothing to do with the shop itself. It has everything to do with the fact that I stored it poorly and let the box collapse. And it just, I treated it badly. It had a bunch of dust in it and dirt and stuff from being kept in like garages. And yeah, it was just, it wasn't good. Once I saw the box starting to collapse, I should have taped it or done something instead of just letting it decompose. So yeah, my bad. But that's everything. I'd love to have Medi done. I'd love to have a question of reality done. My custom of Apollo, Lotus with koi fish, and Portrait of Mrs. Allen Bott. All of those done by the end of the year. And who am I missing? And I mean, at least that's it for now. And then we'll see what happens after that. But keep in mind, a lot of these are big, other than Lotus koi fish, all of these are big old canvases that are going to take a lot of time. I started timing myself for a question of reality because I'm like, why do I feel like I'm just moving so slowly with this? It's a very detailed square drill canvas, and it typically takes me an hour and 10 minutes-ish to finish a single section from that kit, and it takes me about, for Medi, it takes me about 37 minutes. So it's almost taking me twice as long per each section between the two, because I started Medi fairly recently, and I'm already like halfway through the second row, and I'm like, why is this going so fast? And it's a lot of color blocking what I'm working on right now, and it's round. So that's why. Whereas a question of reality is, there are some sections of color blocking, but not anywhere near where I'm working at the bottom. It's very confetti detailed. So, and I was taking a look at a Garden of Earthly Delights when I took that canvas down to kit up those drills. And I was like, my God, this is gonna, I don't even know. I don't know. This is gonna take me 3 years, 4 years, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. This poor bunny is getting chased away by one dog in a yard and then doesn't want to come over here because Apollo's over here. Poor thing. So yeah. What else? Oh, speaking of animals, animal life around here, things are like, there's the number of rabbits in Golden is, I don't even know. They're everywhere. So Apollo has been chasing them, And then we have a lot of birds in our yard, which is a good thing, I guess. Some birds in the trees, and they're always chirping and yapping and stuff. Well, I have my window in my room is on the second floor, and we have those style of windows that you crank and they open like that. They swing open instead of going up and down or side to side. I feel so bad, but working at home today and having the day off yesterday and being at home, there was, I think, maybe 2 birds yesterday and 1 today. I'm just sitting in my room minding my own business, and I hear thump against the window because it's sticking out a good couple feet off the side of the house, and it's just a pane of glass. And I hear punk. And I go out there and there's a bird down on the ground. I'm like, no, no. And so I mourned the first one yesterday, and then lo and behold today, right around like 1 p.m., I'm sitting there working, typing, sending emails. I hear boom. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. And I go out there and there's another bird down there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. They don't stay there. Like, it's not like there's a pile of birds at the bottom of my room in the yard, because I'm pretty sure they get scavenged. We have coyotes, and we have fox and stuff out here, so I'm sure they get scavenged pretty, overnight. But I'm like, okay, maybe I should just close that window and just deal with the heat. I didn't mean for it to be a bird trap. Trying to have my window open and get some airflow going. But anyway. So yeah, we're taking the long way over here to this trail. And then we'll be able to go up onto Table Mountain and essentially be up on the mountain on the way home. But yeah. And then not yesterday, was that Saturday? Saturday, I think. As I was leaving the house at night, there was 2 or 3 deer, elk or deer, right next to the house crossing the road, like right where we normally walk by that little park. They were just walking across the road over there, and one of them had the full antlers and everything, and I was like, this is wild living out here. So yeah, just tons of wildlife. I think it's because we've been getting some good rain recently in between these heat spells. And so we actually have been getting a lot of the grasses and stuff have come back for a round 2. Because normally things are beautiful and green and lush for a couple months there in the spring, and then everything turns brown and gets crispy. Well, there is just enough life left in some of the grasses and stuff that they got a second wind. And so we've been getting some green popping up back around town and in the hills. So I think the wildlife around here is really thriving this year, which is good, which is really good. But you just got to be careful. You don't even walk out your back door and there's going to be a deer right next to you. So luckily I haven't seen any like, we don't get bobcats or mountain lions down here too often. It happens sometimes, but not too often. Okay. Now I'm really lost, everyone. I'm really lost. Come on, sweetheart. I mean, I want to get up there, but I can't find a trail. I just want to get up there. Oh, we're very close. This super mod house here at the end. This is a good landmark. So yeah, that's what's going on. As far as diamond painting goes, I will be taking all of August to film and prep for A Question of Reality. I think I'm going to do weekly videos, and I have planned on having a special guest, at least one, which will be really cool. And yeah, I'm going to be completely changing my thumbnails, my intros, my outros, music. Everything's going to be in the theme for September, so just keep that in mind. And so I just want to put a little bit more work into it and really make it something as much as I can. You know, I'm not trying to be out here like I'm going to be putting out movie quality whatever, but I just have some fun ideas, you know. And that'll also give me a chance to just kind of diamond paint. And yeah, I don't think I'll be vlogging. And if I do, it won't go up until September. So, but no, Anthony, no, I won't be doing any vlogging. I won't be doing any vlogging. I want to take a break. So yeah, here we are at the trailhead. So I used to live just on the other side of this hill right here, straight ahead, back in the day when I did live in Golden. And then I moved into the house where I started diamond painting, and now I'm back in town. Oh, we did it, buddy. We made it. That wasn't that long. So this path will wind us up to the top of this like bluff here, and then we can start walking back towards the house. Come on. Come on. I don't want to drag you this whole time. Okay? All right, let's get into the last thing, and then we'll get started on some comments. So I've actually filmed 2 like life blogs, getting things off my chest vlogs in the past couple of days. The first one, I got too heated for my own taste. And I just don't want to be yelling, and I wasn't yelling, but I don't want to like get angry on my videos. And I was getting angry by the end of that first take, and then I was like, okay, Anthony, sleep on it, calm down, and then come back and try this again tomorrow. So that was yesterday. So me and Apollo went on a walk yesterday. Oh, potty break number 2. Okay, sorry. We've just got to throw this double feature away. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and calm down. Try to approach this with like a more level head, or just, you know, just more conversational. And so that was yesterday, and I filmed another like hour-long, you know, piece to that, and I was like, okay, I'll stitch these 2 vlogs together, you know, and then when I started getting fired up, then I'll transition over and be like, hey, it's a different day, but I just needed to regroup and make sure that I was approaching this in the right headspace. So here it is, and then stitch the 2 together. And then I finished doing that and got it all uploaded and got it all processed, and I was listening back to do the edits and the cuts and everything, and I was like, give it another day. Give it another day. Come on, buddy. What's going on? Come on. There you go. Exercise. Come on. What's going on with you? Is that dog? So yeah, I was like, I said, give it another day before you like schedule this to go up or whatever. And by today, I was like, I guess maybe I just don't really care as much as I thought I did when it got me all flustered. And so I don't think I'm going to post it at all. I don't think I'm going to post it at all. Maybe someday. So essentially I wanted to try a third time and just kind of do really broad strokes, and I'm much less feeling feeling any kind of way about it. But at the end of the day, you know, I have been so out of the loop with content creators and just all the hubbub and diamond painting drama, I guess. It's so weird to even call it that because it's like, that's not really dramatic. But I guess in the context of diamond painting, social media stuff, little things kind of have to be big things, otherwise what else is there to talk about? Yeah, there was like just some stuff happening. It has nothing to do with me. This is like other content creators and small businesses and bigger shops and blah. There's just, I don't know, a lot of stuff apparently gets dusted up in the summertime when it gets hot. people get fussy. But yeah, there was just, I guess, some stuff that got kicked up, and I had zero idea about it until a couple people reached out to me on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, Anthony, did you hear that XYZ is XYZ and this and this and this?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't." And no. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. Crap. Did you hear that? Did you hear that rattlesnake, everyone? Holy crap. See, now that's drama. Holy crap. Okay, change of plans. We're gonna come up here. Oh my gosh, my heart's racing. Change of plans. We're gonna turn right up here and we're gonna go back on the road and just do more neighborhood stuff. Hell no, absolutely not, never. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Luckily Apollo was scared of it and he took a big ass step back. Holy crap. Whew. Oh my gosh. Apollo, I can't have you out here or me getting bit by a rattlesnake. It's just not gonna happen. Oh, that scared the absolute, like, I don't cuss on this channel, or at least I really try to avoid. But, oh my God. Whew. Sorry, need a minute. Need a minute. This is why I want to stay on, like, I try to stay on like paved stuff as much as we can, but then I also feel bad because his little paws get hot on the pavement. But this area just has rattlesnakes up here. Thank God it gave us a warning. Okay, sorry. Breathe. Okay, well, I know what we were talking about. I didn't forget. So yeah, there was just some stuff, there is some stuff going on that a couple people thought I should be made privy of because I've commented on that same topic or kind of in the same vein. So it's just like, here's an update, or did you know this was going on? And I was like, no, I didn't know. And I did like a cursory look into it, just so I could familiarize myself with the situation. That way, you know, I need to make sure that I was doing the right thing for the content that I'm putting up, and I'm just in the know. And so, and if you're not familiar with what's going on, don't worry about it. Honestly, it's nothing that anyone can really do or influence, but people have opinions on it. I don't, and I'll just say that I don't have an opinion on it, on any drama or any stuff going on with shops or, you know, whatever. No, I don't know. It's not me. I don't know. So just like whatever, however that pans out is between those folks, and that's that. But I don't have any sort of opinion. I'm not knowledgeable enough about the situation. Feels so bad being vague, but I don't even want to invite the conversation about it on this channel, and that's not really what I'm trying to get at. What I'm trying to get at is it was just fun. It was just seeing the kerfuffle and seeing what kind of came out of it just reminds me of why I took a step back from social engagement and connecting with as many other content creators, and that, like, you know, and just started doing my own thing, and how much less stressful and less worrisome and less emotional I am about things. Hold on, I'm gonna tell this guy about the snake. Hold on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, sorry, I just had to tell that guy because I don't want other people coming across a rattlesnake unprepared. Holy. That's the first time that's ever happened with me in Apollo, by the way, where it's been like, I'm sure we've been walking in areas where there have been snakes, but I've never had it shake its rattle as like a warning. That really messed me up. Let's get the heck out of here. And see, it's the stuff like that that makes me, now it's gonna be weeks until we try to go up here again. Like, let's wait till the winter. I don't play that game. I don't play that game, Apollo. So anyway, so yeah, it wasn't the actual, like, what's going on, which is why I'm not really wanting to talk about it. It's just, I'm mentioning it because what it did was draw a lot of conversation and comments and opinions and videos, and then I'm mad that you posted a video about this and here's my response video, and no, but what I meant to say is this justification video. Like, it just sparked a lot of this stuff within the diamond painting community, that I was just like, this, see right here. This is why I felt like I needed to step away from a lot of engagement with some people, like other content creators, and just kind of find my own, you know? And I was starting to get a little riled up by seeing some of this stuff, and I'm like, this is that cycle of like getting drawn into the nonsense and the BS, because you start to feel emotional about a particular topic or how someone's behaving, or, you know, you start to get like fired up. And I started feeling that, and I'm like, it's so easy for me to fall into that trap of wanting to stand up for, not even stand up for someone, but like kind of call attention or put a spotlight on people that are acting a fool, or comment in support of somebody who I think is doing right by their own channel and by themselves, you know, and wanting to provide my 2 cents. And so I start to get like emotional about it. And yeah, I just had to, like, it took me like a couple days to regroup, remember that I don't take any of this as seriously, or I'm not as in deep in the social aspect of diamond painting content, and I'm just not in it as deep as other people are in it. And so I gotta just I'm not here to like provide my 2 cents on any of that stuff. Like, it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I've been lucky enough to have some folks around me that feel similarly and aren't caught up in all of that stuff constantly, and is unyieldingly a word. So I just got to stick with that. You know what I mean? We might be able to, because I have to go back up that hill to get back down. We kind of turned the wrong way, unless you guys want to hear a bunch of road noise. So we might be able to go by my old house. No, I think we've already gone too far. I'm sorry, Apollo, that was a bummer, but I'm not gonna risk it. I see one rattlesnake, I assume there's 600,000. I'm like Indiana Jones. Come on. Come on. Is this right? No. So, everyone, we're going to have to walk down to the main road to get back to... We should have turned the opposite way when we got back onto the paved street, and we didn't. So now we're going to have to come down here to this roundabout and walk along South Golden Road, which is like one of the main drags through town, and it's going to be loud. So just keep that in mind. I'll do my best to talk over it, but I won't hold it against you if you decide that you want to call it a day, because I personally am not a huge fan of like loud road noise in videos. And this mic does its best to clean it up, but it still isn't ideal. Anyway, so yeah, I got fired up and I was like, I have some opinions on this. And it started off with, I have some opinions on this, and a few people are really just, a few folks are really getting on my nerves, pulling the same stuff that they've pulled with me in the past. And so it's time to name some names and put a spotlight on this, because if we just keep doing this, like, sweep it under the rug, you're not allowed to say anybody's name, you're not allowed to call people out, then people just keeping on with their behavior and the snarkiness and the passive aggressiveness, especially towards new content creators. I've seen it happen on one of my own live streams. I had a live stream with Mary Making Crafts. I had a live stream with her, and I had a couple of other content creators jump into the chat and boo her when she joined my live. And so I called them out individually, and I said, you will never do that on my channel again. And it's incredibly immature. I don't care how you feel about this person. You don't come into my space and act a fool like that. And you should really be, like, shame on you, you know? And one content creator in particular was like, oh, I just got caught up in the drama and my feelings, and I was just, having a bad time, having a bad day, won't happen again, XYZ, this, that, and the other. I was like, okay, fair enough, but I'm just letting you know, like, that'll never happen again on my channel. And that's kind of when I stopped going live. I stopped doing live streams for a long time, because I was just like, I can't control how other people are going to behave, and I'm not gonna ask people to come on my channel and then they're gonna worry about getting berated or called names because Anthony doesn't have the guts to squash that stuff. And so I was like, well, I do, and I will, but I don't want people to, I also don't want people to have to worry about that, so I'm just not gonna do live streams. And so, yeah, so that all happened. This person was like, so sorry, not gonna happen again. Had a bad day, had a tough time. I was just, everybody, all my friends don't like her, so I just thought, whatever. I don't know what the mindset is behind thinking you can do that. So, and that was also the time where I disconnected from a lot of content creators, even some creators that had me on their own live streams early on in my diamond painting life, and probably helped my channel to grow a little bit there at the beginning. It's like, you can be super sweet and nice to me and nice to a lot of people, but that isn't the whole story, you know? And I feel like I can see past a little bit of the facade there, you know, because I've experienced it. So it happened again. Same content creator, just posting something snarky and passive aggressive on a newer content creator's stuff because they didn't like what they said or like what they did. And so I got upset because I'm just like, at what point can someone raise their hand and be like, you stop. You don't get to do this, you know? I don't care if you have X amount of followers and you have a really popular live stream and, you know, everyone that you're nice to really loves you, but then this stuff pops up. And then again, it was just like, I was having a bad time. It's like, it's understandable to have a rough day or a tough time. That's, we're all humans, but that doesn't give you a pass to treat others poorly or get in there and stir up drama or take a dig at somebody because you're not having a good day, you know? That's just not, come to your own conclusions on how you feel that behavior should be perceived. But yeah, so it's just, once again, I was just like, this is why content creators this is some of the reason why content creators end up just kind of falling, like letting their channel go or stop posting stuff or stop engaging on social media. That's one of the reasons why, is because there's this feeling that there is this like tight-knit circle of the more popular content creators that are the ones that decide who's doing it right and who's doing it wrong and who's playing by their rules and who's not. I don't think this is a through street. No, it is not. We gotta turn around. We're stuck. We're stuck. We're never getting out of here. We're stuck in Rattlesnake Town. I think that's a lot, and this is not just me speculating. I've heard this from several content creators over the past, coming up on 3 years that I've been diamond painting, where you see content creators come and go and they either tell you straight up or reach out to you and they're just like, yeah, I just couldn't handle the drama and this person was just acting really snarky and cruel to me, and I was like, I don't need this, and it isn't worth the hassle for me. I love putting up videos, I love doing content creation, but I felt kind of snubbed out, you know? And I've heard that so many times, not like left, right, and center. I'd say 6 times in the 3 years. Couple people a year that I'm like, ooh, new content creator, follow them, see what's going on with them, and then they kind of fall off and it's like, what happened to XYZ, you know? And then I get a message of like, hey, just wanted to thank you so much for your video, or XYZ. I haven't been putting stuff up lately because I just got burnt out by the community and by how people were acting, you know? And so I hear that stuff and it really sucks, because I know there's a lot of creative people that were really engaging, that I enjoyed listening to their content and they kept me company. And I was like, this, it's so great to see this. And the pattern I've seen is a few specific content creators seem to sometimes have it out for some newer folks and people with smaller channels. But what's funny is a lot of times these are the same people that are like, we have to lift each other up, and I'm gonna put this new content creator on my live, and it's like, only if they've gotten the blessing and kissed the ring, you know? Only if they haven't done anything to upset the cool kids, I guess, you know, then you're allowed to flourish, you know. And people don't need, and I think that was the moral of the whole video that I recorded twice, is just, I was like, just trying to tell newer content creators, if you've just started your channel, because I'm seeing another kind of flood of some new content creators again. And maybe that's what it is like, when there's more content creators, then people come out of the woodwork to try to, like, I don't know, it's weird. It's just very strange. So I've seen a couple new content creators come up, and I start to get kind of protective of, like, I was basically trying to tell, the video was telling new content creators, like, don't let anyone tell you or dictate the type of content that you put up or what you think is appropriate to talk about. You know, as long as it's within the guidelines of YouTube, then you're good to go. You're good to go. That's just that, you know. So if someone says, oh, you shouldn't do this, or no, do this, no. You create the content that you want to create, and you'll gather the people around you that are meant to gather around you, and don't let anybody with, like, a bigger channel or a bigger following or more of this, or I'm OG, and all that nonsense dictate or influence the type of content that you want to share with everybody. So that's really about it. That was condensed from a 2-hour long clip that I filmed yesterday. So yeah, and I go back and forth because, like, one of the unspoken rules is to not name names, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that. I won't do it if it's if it's not pertaining to me, and I went, there's a new content creator, I was watching their video, looking at their comments, and that's where I saw this person pop up yet again with something snarky. And so I was like, well, it's probably, I'm not gonna do all that, because it wasn't, they didn't post that on my channel, they didn't come in my house, you know. So whatever, even though they have done that in my house in the past, you know what I mean? But I was like, whatever, it's fine. But if something like that does happen again, where it is my channel and someone's posting something in the comments or in a public space, or, you know, or anything like that, I think, me personally, you might not agree with this, but me personally, when we say, oh, if someone says something rude or snarky or disparaging in your comments or whatever, or on a live stream, on your live stream, you just have to pretend it didn't happen and brush it under the rug and keep moving. I think that's the kind of attitude that breeds continued poor behavior, because no one is held accountable for their foolishness. And being really, you know, passive aggressive and snarky and rude to other content creators that they don't like or aren't their friend, or, you know, whatever. They don't approve of, haven't gotten the stamp of approval. So I personally would do that, you know, and I've done it in the past. You know, and those things, those little comments like that from people I don't know stick with me more often than not. And I've learned this from one of my favorite makeup and beauty content creators, Robert Welsh. He does a lot of deep dives into different brands and talks about, like, he's not a drama channel necessarily, but he'll talk about like MLMs and how horrible he thinks they are, and we'll talk about like the toxic behavior on TikTok and stuff, and he names names and puts clips of people's videos in his videos, and then is like, what was this person thinking, you know? Like, he isn't afraid to call people out on their BS, and you know, poke a little fun and stuff. And when people go into his comments with some nonsense, he highlights and pins that stuff right to the very top. It's like, if you're gonna come in here acting a fool, then let's put a spotlight on that. Whereas I feel like with other communities, like, or other groups, I should say, like diamond painting, there's like this unspoken thing of like, people get to say whatever they want to you, and you just have to constantly take the high road and just suck it up, you know, as a content creator. And I agree and I disagree. With a public comment like that, or like something like that, I, going forward, absolutely would highlight it and put it right at the top. It's like, if this is what you want to say, then let's make sure everyone hears it, you know? So I should have done that with that Kiss My Crafts comment. I should have just put it at the top of that video. So I will probably do that kind of stuff. I'll do that going forward. It's like, if I see anything like that, and I doubt it'll happen anymore on my channel. I feel like the tighter circle of content creators with like higher subscriber counts, either A, they don't even play in this game. Like, there's so many content creators that do diamond painting that are bigger channels that I've never once heard them dive into this stuff, and good for them. I wish I wish I could pivot that way. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I just get overly I just get passionate about stuff, or I feel like, hey, you can't do this person dirty like that, and expect everyone to just kind of not mention it, you know. But I'm getting better. I mean, this was nice because at least I was able to recognize it. Recognize my own emotional kind of spiral about it. Like, every single time somebody new comes in here and does something that is painting outside of what this group of content creators that apparently has deemed themselves the council of content doesn't like, then they just immediately get ripped on. And so it just drives me mad. And so, yeah, I did a 1.5 hour rant where I said names, and it was like, you specifically, I am talking to you, stop it. I see past the mask, you know, or whatever. And then I did one where it was like, okay, you know, feel more calm. But I just, like I said, it was like almost 2 hours, and started talking about some of my feelings towards a particular small shop that I think just, once again, plays nice, or, you know, plays the character of nice and sweet. But I've personally seen some stuff, and yeah, I just went into it. I was like, I'm tired. I don't feel like I'm gonna lose anything by being completely honest. And then I was like, now here I am after both of those cuts, and I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, sure, Anthony, you might feel all this stuff, but that's not, I don't want to be the channel where I'm out here, you know, pointing pointing out people directly that haven't talked to them in a long time, but I see them out in the world acting a fool. I don't want to go around and be like, I see you doing this wrong, and you did this wrong, and you have a bad attitude, and you know, and you're acting a little two-faced or whatever. It's just that's just not the kind of content I want to put up. But I had to at least get this off my chest, and I hope that's okay with you guys, because it does bother me, and it is related to diamond painting. But yeah, if you are a new content creator, maybe I'll do an updated tips for new content creators and new to diamond painting. I think I've done one every year, and I think the last time I did one was probably probably right around this time last year, or maybe it was in the fall. But I've usually done like a kind of tag questions kind of thing, and a couple of them have to do with like, if there's one thing you could tell a new diamond painting content creator, what would it be? I have a whole list after the past like year of just personal experience. But one of them, I think one of the most important ones is don't sweat any other content creators, no matter how big they are or how popular their live streams are or anything like that. You'll be able to grow your own, you know, you'll be able to grow your own with the people that should be around you. Try to avoid seeking out that acknowledgement from like larger content creators. Because I definitely did that when I started, is like, here's the people I see that are, you know, high view levels. Anytime you type in diamond painting or whatever, they come up, you know, they come up. That doesn't necessarily mean that those are, at all of those folks are people that you need to be buddy with and rubbing elbows with, because other people might have their own agendas, or you invite that, if you start inviting too much of that outside influence into your own channel, you start to lose who you are and what makes your personality and the content that you can do and can create starts to dilute it a little bit. And I saw that personally, you know, where people that I was connecting with, I'd be like, oh, I have an idea for a video where I would do this. Oh, I don't know if you should do that. I know that XYZ content creator was thinking about doing something like that, or has done something like that in the past. Or, you know, ooh, I don't know if you should be that honest about that shop, you know, just keep in mind, you know, XYZ. So it happens a lot more frequently than you'd think. And this is just coming from my own experience of feeling like I had to ask for permission to share my thoughts on something, or I had an idea that just so happened that another content creator or content creators had done it in the past, and then felt like, oh, well, then I guess I can't do the thing I wanted to do, you know. And even responding to comments, which we're not going to do today, sorry. I'll do them tomorrow. Even responding to comments, I mentioned that I was really excited to start doing this, and this never comes from any place like someone's being fussy. You know, the few folks that I do talk to, I'm not saying that these people were like warning me or being fussy or saying I shouldn't do it, but it's like, oh yeah, well, I think XYZ content creators started doing that a little while ago, and it's like, okay, well, I guess there's 2 now, you know, or 50, you know. The concept of responding to comments is not new, and just because somebody else did it in diamond painting doesn't mean that you get to claim, you know, people get to claim that kind of stuff. So yeah, just do what you want to do. It doesn't matter if so-and-so doesn't like it. as long as you're feeling true to yourself and you think that you're adding value to the overall content and conversation, and you're keeping people company, and you're doing right by yourself and by your viewers, and it, you know, and at the end of the day, it's entertainment for entertainment purposes, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I want to. I wish I could tell. I could psychically know every single person that was thinking about starting a diamond painting channel, and send them an email, and be like, look, here's how this is gonna go. You're gonna get really excited to start a diamond painting channel, or you've been in the mix for a while and you have a lot of favorite content creators and you want to do that too. And then you start making content, and then suddenly you're gonna start getting comments from a few key people that seem to always be around, scrubbing for drama or scrubbing for whatever. And then you might get invited to participate in a live or two, and suddenly there's like 6 to 12 content creators that are kind of gathering around you, that all seem to be really close and friendly with each other. They're really close friends, and they're all vouching for each other, how great each other are. And then you'll start hearing, yeah, but don't be careful about this person. You're not going to want to talk to this person. You didn't know that this person did this thing, and suddenly the seeds are starting to get planted of, here's who you should like, and here's who you shouldn't like, and who can't be trusted, and you're with us now, you know? And I'm not making any of this up. It is literally step by step how I was introduced to a select group of people, and then I realized how bad it was, and I got myself out of there. Similar to the steps of how people leave cults. Yeah, so I don't know. It just, like I said, obviously you can tell it's something that I feel passionate about, and it hadn't come up for me in quite some time until I started seeing the cycle again with a couple new content creators. Nobody that listens to this channel, because I know I've got some folks that listen to this channel that are new to content creation. I'm not talking about anybody that I engage with frequently. I just happened to stumble upon this, you know, seeing this happen again, just kind of really randomly. But I'm gonna slip back into my cave now. I found it more interesting from like an outsider looking in this time, as opposed to being in it. You know what I mean? So interesting observation. I wasn't seeing things. I don't know. I wasn't making stuff up about like what I was seeing happening to myself and to a couple other people a couple years ago and last year, and I wasn't overreacting when I was like, nope, I'm not doing this anymore, and I'm going and playing with my own toys in my own house. And what's so funny is, like, I've heard, I guess it's not funny, but that's almost the exact thing that I've heard other content creators say, like, okay, if these people don't want to play with me, I'll take my own, I'll take my stuff and I'll go home and play in my own house. And when I heard people say that, I'm like, back in the day when I was playing the popularity game, I used to hear stuff like that from people, and I'd be like, oh, well, that person's just not very community. That's not a very community thing to say. Oh, well, they just don't want to be part of the whatever. And in retrospect, I totally see it. It's almost like, when your parents are like, you'll know when you get older. I totally see it now, that attitude of, or like some people feeling like, no, I'm just going to go over here, when as before I'd be like, oh, well, you can't hang, you know? Can't hang with the cool content creators. Well, that's too bad, you know? And now I totally see it where I'm just like, yeah, yikes. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, I find it interesting. I will not talk about this stuff very often, but it just, you know, it popped up where I was just like, huh, it's still going on, huh? Seems like I haven't missed a beat. But I'm really super happy with how this channel has grown and evolved, and I've really been able to kind of do what I want here without worrying about appeasing anyone or making sure that it falls within the arbitrary guidelines that have been set up by the OG content creators. I can exist here in any capacity I so choose. Like, I control my own path forward, and it's really worked out well. I don't know what the fear is of not playing the game, but not having that fear really opens you up to doing what you want to do. And if doing what you want to do means whipping chats, you know, the occasional vlog, unboxings, you know, the classic stuff, that's perfect, because that's what we're all really here to see. And that's what I'm here to see. I was just watching Leanne over at Diamonds and Doxies. I was watching her whip and chat, and she turns those videos around quick. I wasn't watching, I was listening while I was working today, and she was like, oh, it's Tuesday at 8 a.m. And I'm like, you mean Tuesday 8 a.m. is in like 4 hours ago? I'm like, how do you go from finishing this to posting it so fast? Because I'm sitting here like 2 weeks behind, sweating, you know? But it's so nice to have like real time. Like this literally was what someone was saying a few hours ago. That feels so nice, to feel that close to a content creator or feel like so in the know. Love it. Fantastic. And then what did she do that made me, oh, she rectified this, but she was going on and on about how much she loves this Mexican restaurant. And after like the third positive thing she said, I was like, say the name, because I love having a good restaurant in my back pocket when I travel that's like locals know, you know? Because then I can be like, ooh, we're gonna go to this place that I know. So she was like talking about how like they're really consistent with the food. It was a little cold in there, but consistent, good food, good coupons, depending on when you go. I was like, this is checking off all my boxes. And then she didn't say the name, and I was like, no! And she finally did. So I wrote it down. But yeah, like I love all of that stuff. But even if you want to do that and talk about some stuff that's kind of outside the lines of, hey, saw this post from this person or from this company, I want to hash it out, like I've done so many times, talking about AI artwork or Diamond Art Club stance, or, you know, Diamond Art Club incorporating more AI artwork, you know, even putting on a couple wigs and poking some fun at some, what I believe to be pretty insert word here, people that also create content about diamond painting, then I'm going to do that and feel free to do that. And so I just, it irks me when I see other people bringing up topics or conversations that might not be in the normal scope of what everybody else does when they diamond paint. And then these folks come out and try to grab pitchforks and and start chasing them down. It drives me insane. So yeah, I just hope that content creators know, new content creators know that there are no rings to kiss. There's no one to make happy other than yourself, and hopefully in turn make the people that gravitate towards your content happy as well, because that's kind of the whole point, you know. Anybody coming from outside of that to rattle, to rock your boat or push you off course, don't sweat them. No matter how nice you know, everyone's got like a persona, right? Everyone has a persona, at least a little bit, when you start creating content. I mean, I am much less curse wordy than I normally am around my buddies and friends and stuff. I'm very sassy on this channel and sarcastic, but you have not seen anything. And so we all kind of just tamp things down or heighten certain things a little bit. I'm not saying everyone's being disingenuous, and I'm not being disingenuous, but you know what I mean. But where was I going with that? I'm going to end up churning what I said. Oh, I spent the last vlog just going on and on about this, and I'm doing the same thing now. I'm being much more conversational and laissez-faire about this topic than I have been the past couple videos. I got pretty upset, and I was saying people, like content creators' names like you and you. Enough. But yeah, I don't know, like that's enough. That's enough talking about it. You get the idea. Support those new content creators if you gravitate towards them. If you're not vibing, then it's okay just to kind of move on. But don't, just be nice. Be nice. And I think I just have to get over the fact that as long as some of these folks are around diamond painting and creating content, there will always be a us versus them kind of mentality of we're the OG and we're the cool kids, and we're the ones that are supposed to be getting the sponsorships, and we're the ones that are supposed to be getting the sneak peeks and the affiliates and the opportunities here. So don't try to come in here with your big ideas, and your new content, and not expect us to. We've got to give you the okay to be successful here. And I'm just here to tell any and all new content creators, or content creators that left because they felt pushed out or snubbed out or couldn't handle the drama, that you are welcome anywhere online, especially here. You'll always have support systems and people that will gravitate towards you. And you'll always have people championing creativity and authentic views and authentic personalities. We're here with as much, if not more, force. There's a lot, most people are like this, but let me rephrase that. Don't let the folks that try to stifle what you're doing on your channel dictate your future content. Yeah. That'll be that. I think that was okay this round. I know I'm preaching to the choir, talking to the folks that watch my vlogs for sure, because I think anyone that doesn't like my views on things, or I ruffle their feathers, has been long gone, you know. But just in case, you never know if, someone stumbles upon this video maybe it's helpful to see, like, this is what it looks like from the outside looking in when you're not part of the you're not in the group chats or the discords or the this and that, and you're just looking at it. I'm looking at it from someone that's not nearly as invested in the social side of things as I used to be, and how silly it kind of looks now. Yeah. Silly, and also let people just do what they want, you know. Let people just do what they want. Sorry, battery died, but that was probably the universe's pulling me off the stage with the cane or the umbrella or whatever they used to do. So yeah, I'm done. You get it, and I probably didn't even need to tell anybody how I felt about that. Y'all know. Okay, let's go this way. But we'll finish up with some personal stuff since we're so close to the house. I don't think I'll be able to get personal chat in here, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. Tomorrow, I promise, at the time of filming this, it might not be tomorrow when it goes up, but I'm gonna take Apollo up to the lake reservoir super long walk that we go on, and all I'm gonna do is respond to comments, because I do plan on taking some time off and I want to get as caught up as possible. So yeah. But other life stuff, I have a zit on the corner of my nose, like right on my nostril on my right side. And anytime I call them zits, but they're not, like, they're just clogged pore pimply things. Yeah, zit, I guess. Anytime I get them on my nostril, it hurts way worse because there's not as much fleshy bits and soft bits there. It's just, cartilage and stuff. So the pressure just really feels more intense. And so it hurts so bad, but I try not to pop them. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to bear this one. So it happens like once or twice a year where I get one right on the edge of my my nostril there, and I'm just like, oh, ow, 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 ow. So when I was washing my face this morning, I tried to apply a little bit of extra pressure to see if it would just kind of release on its own without me squeezing it. But no, it's wanting to put up a fight. Hold on, sorry. When I stopped to swap the battery, I got some mosquitoes on my legs. Okay, let's go. But yeah, I'll be camping this weekend at the time of filming this. I'm going up and meeting my roommate, Joe, and his girlfriend. They went for a week-long road trip around southwestern Colorado. And I think they might have dipped over into Utah or something, but they're just doing a big old loop around southwestern Colorado. And this weekend, they'll be kind of finishing the loop by camping kind of near Breckenridge. I forget the exact area, but me and a bunch of friends and I are going to be meeting them down there for that final weekend / leg of their trip to go camping. So I'm leaving Friday afternoon to head over, and then I'll be back on Sunday. So that'll be fun. There's a big group of us that are headed over. So we've got that going on. And what else? I guess that's really it as far as big travel stuff. I think I keep saying I'm going to take a break from doing vlogging and stuff in August. I'm still going to be filming. I guess, well, they are vlogs, but probably not responding to your comment ones or anything like that. I'd like to do location specific vlogs because I didn't get a chance to go to Stanley Hotel. So I'd like to do that, and I'm going to have to do that without Apollo so we can go inside. So I'll be doing that. I'd like to take you up to Pikes Peak, and then I'd like to take you over to, everyone calls it Ouray, or Ouray. I don't know, but it's Ouray, Colorado. Ouray is what I usually say. Just south of Ouray, there's a highway called the $1 Million Highway, and it's supposed to be one of the most scenic drives in America. And I haven't done it in a very long time, and it's only open for a short window of the year because it's very high, and so there's lots of snowpack that stays there, and so they just shut that section of highway down for some of the year. And so I'd like to take you down there because that's, I think, a place in Colorado that not a lot of people make it down to see. Because it is about a 4.5 hour drive from here. So those are kind of the 3 things I'd like to do in August, as far as just coming along with my life stuff. And then the question of reality event stuff, kind of knock that out and get it all scheduled for September. So yeah, I mean, I'll still have content going up. I also bought 4 Diamond Art Club kits recently, and I filmed all the unboxings for those. And so those run, I haven't put up the last 3, but I think those will run until the 3rd week of August. And maybe I'll split them up so I do 2 in one week and then 2 in the next week, so there's enough to last the entire month. And then we'll be in it with a question of reality. So I'm hoping that you won't feel like there's this like lull. Can we go this way? No, I don't think we can. I hope you don't end up feeling like there's a lull in the content. I'm trying to front load some stuff, at least unboxings you'll see. And then I've got a few other things coming too that I hope you'll enjoy. We're gonna go up this and see what we can do here. Private driveway, no turnaround. Let's explore over here. We've got time and we've got battery. As long as you're willing to come along with us. I've never poked around over here. The Ulysses Park Regional Complex, but I'm like, is there a trail that doesn't run right next to the road over here? So yeah, I'm hoping that I can still keep you company and all of that stuff, even though I'm trying to take a little personal mini sabbatical. So yeah. And then that content will go up, and then I'll have October off. And then we're right into Mooka Mania. So that should be fun. Come over here, little snake boy. You're not getting in the grasses. Sorry. Can't risk it. I can't believe that. I can't believe that happened today. Whew. Whew. I'm really wondering what noises I made, because I'll either freeze and not say anything or just say a few words, but I've also been known to like screech, like a high-pitched screech. Some may call it a wail. So I don't know how embarrassing that's going to be to share with you all, but that really scared me. But yeah, and then we'll go right into Mooka Mania, and I'm going to do bi-weekly videos, so you'll have 4 total. I don't know, I haven't come up with a firm idea of how I want to do that. I was thinking, okay, well, I'll do a spotlight on 4 of his different pieces of artwork, or I'll take a deeper dive into his history. But then I was also thinking of reading the storyline from either one play or a couple plays, like the actual like full-on like detailed plots, like Act 1, blah 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 blah, and do that for like Medi and maybe one other. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. Like, I'm most likely going to be buying a number of kits from Jaded Gem Shop. This fall, a number of kits from Jaded Gem Shop. So, yeah. And you'll have more details. That announcement video will go up early October. And then the Question of Reality one will go up early August. I think that's the 3rd of August. I forget which day, but you'll see that very soon here. It's just a paint along. If you are purchasing the kit and want to work along, then you're more than welcome to. I'd love to see people working on that kit, but it's more of just kind of an extended spotlight on the artwork and the topics within the artwork, than me like saying there will be no signups, none of that stuff. So you're not going to be asked to really do anything. I'll most likely do some giveaways or a giveaway, budget permitting, because I'm just going to buy whatever I can with some extra fun money, and do a giveaway or giveaways, and it'll literally just be like, comment in this video with your whatever, and I'll pick from that. It'll all be electronic prizes, meaning like gift cards, e-gift cards. I don't like shipping stuff, but yeah, and I might just do one at the end, because 4 weeks worth of giveaways, my poor wallet. But for Mooka Mania, the other thing that I'd like to do in August is take some time to organize get my head together around Mooka Mania, and get a sign-up sheet prepped in Google Docs, get all of the stuff, because that one will require a registration, and I do plan on reaching out to a couple shops in hopes for some sponsorships or something to help out, because I would like people to experience some more Mooka if they can. Otherwise, I'll just do it once again. I'll fill that pot myself as much as I can. I don't mind. If I have the ability to do that, it's kind of nice, because sometimes there is a little bit of. Luckily, I've never personally experienced this. I'm just talking from what I've seen. Sometimes there can be pain points when you have an event and have sponsors that have either put up money or product or what have you. Sometimes there can be pain points around, well, how much did the shop get promoted during the event? How many times was the shop mentioned? My sales during and after the event were not what I expected them to be, given the size of your channel. I'm hoping this is rare, but I have heard of it, where sometimes it gets a little dicey there, with sponsors. Granted, they should hopefully, if you're sponsoring an event, the hope is ideally to get your product out in front of more crafters and stuff. I mean, it is a nice way to thank people for participating in the event, for sure. But if we're going to look at it from like the business perspective, it would be very sweet if everyone was just like, no, I'm going to throw you free product and free gift cards and stuff your way. No, that's just it. Free money, take that potential profit, go, but let's be real here. I think there is a kind of an exchange there of, I would like to sponsor your event because I think this would be a good exposure for our shop, along with providing something nice for the participants. It can be both. But yeah, sometimes I think expectations or what people are hoping will happen with their business, if they're, promoted in an event or sponsoring an event, is not what actually turns out, or it's unrealistic, or they were overshooting, or maybe an event runner doesn't live up to what they said they would do if a shop sponsored an event. We promise that we will include your this and that this many times and do this, this, and this, and we'll be over here doing this. And maybe some of that stuff doesn't happen. And it's never happened to me. In any events that I've participated in where we've had sponsors, it's been buttery smooth and amazing. But I do worry about that, because this will be my first time flying solo, asking for sponsorships and keeping an eye on all that stuff. I do worry that I might not live up to what a potential sponsor would want. This is even assuming anyone wants to come within 1,000 feet of me and my big mouth. Yeah, so I'm just, I will cross that bridge when we get to it. If I'm lucky enough to have even one shop say, yeah, we'll get behind you, you psycho. You anti-community, anti-small shop jerk. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be like, Mookamania, sponsored by Squarespace. I'll have to find something, I'll have to find a company that has no idea of anything I do. Mookamania, sponsored by Rocky's Auto. Rocky's Auto, home of the best used cars in town. Come on down. Here's what I'm gonna do. You can tell that I've been talking too much. I start getting slap happy and I'm tired. Here's what I'm gonna do. If I don't land some sponsors, or maybe I'll ask them if it's okay if I do this anyway, I am going to be doing a series of, quote me on this and hold me to it, because it'll take some time, but I'm gonna be doing a series of sponsored ads during the event that are complete. You'll see. Oh, that'll be fun. Mookamania, sponsored by the Dairy Council. The Dairy Council. Have you thought about cheese? Oh, yay! Oh my gosh. Hold on, sorry. We're gonna go around the Taco Bell to cross the street because it gets a little too squirrely over here. All right, well, I think that's it. I think you've had enough. I've had enough. Apollo has certainly had enough. But yeah, that was fun. See how chatting with you all and just getting that stuff just off my chest, no matter how silly and inconsequential it is in the grand scheme of things, it just feels better, it just feels better. Okay, I thought this was gonna be less hassle, but people right around this Taco Bell are just driving like they don't have a care. Let's get across the street here. How you doing, buddy? So far, we still have a little ways to go before we get home, but we're at 4.6 miles. So that was a nice little walk, everyone. And thank you for letting me yap. I'm just trying to find my way home now, because it looks like they're doing construction work on this power line right here, and it looks like the sidewalk might be closed. Lookout Mountain Youth Services Center. Okay, that is the Juvenile Detention Center. We can't go that way. Unless it's time to lock you up, little boy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and find my way home and not keep you around for this. But thank you so much for coming along. I know that my quibbles and ramblings about the diamond painting community are tiresome to a lot of people. They're tiresome to me as well. And I try to just let it roll on by. But once in a while, something sticks in my craw and I just got to get it out. And I appreciate you helping me with that. But yeah, it's been fun. I will try to get this uploaded before August. But we're gonna have to cross the street here because they've got the road closed. Oh, there's a power line down. Okay, let's just ease our way out here. Okay, go, 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 go. Move quickly. Thank you. But yeah, I really do appreciate you putting up with me. It means a lot. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Happy placing, and we'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Come here. Come here. Oh, okay. All right, bye everyone.